This is an academic technology tutorial on how to auto-transcribe a podcast, audio file, or video using Zoom. To get started, we need to set up our Zoom recording settings. So go to AU Direct, click Zoom, and sign in. Under Settings, choose the Recording tab at the top. And make sure under Cloud Record that the audio transcript is checked off. This will record a text audio transcript with timing so that you can paste it with an audio or video file, or just read it instead for students who can't listen to the podcast. Make sure you hit save from your settings, and then jump into Zoom and start to prepare your Zoom room. When you're in Zoom, make sure that your microphone isn't muted. If you are not doing an accompanying video or want the screen to be recorded while you're doing it, you can just stop your video to limit the bandwidth. And then when you click record, make sure that you have record to the cloud available to you, but don't click it. Make sure that the rest of your environment is quiet, especially if you're using a computer microphone instead of a headset. A headset with a microphone will probably deliver better results because it will block out some ambient noise. So once your environment is quiet, jump over to your podcast. Make sure it's available. Jump back into Zoom and hit record to the cloud. Only the record to the cloud option will create a transcript. The record to this computer option will not. Then go to your podcast or your video or other audio file and hit play.
Welcome to Think UDL, the Universal Design for Learning podcast, where we hear from the people who are designing and implementing strategies with learner variability in mind.
Once your entire podcast has played, come back to your Zoom recording toolbar and hit stop recording, and then hit end meeting. When you've done this, Zoom will start processing your video and your audio transcript. After, might be an hour, at least the same amount of time that the length of your podcast was, Zoom will send you a video for the recording of your meeting is now available. It'll give you two links. This is the link for the host to go in and download the file if you want to, and this is the link to share it. Simply copy the link, go to your course website, and you can add this link in any way that makes sense to you. You can put it in a text box. Highlight the text that you want to show, hit the link button, and paste in the URL that was in your audio transcript email from Zoom. Say OK, say save, and then your transcript will be linked on your page. When your students click it, they'll be brought to a video with the transcript down the side. And if it's just an audio transcript, the video will be blank, and that's fine. But it'll allow them to scroll through and read through the video and see who's talking if multiple voices are heard. One benefit of using this one is that this audio transcript is searchable. So if they just want to search for a topic that you were talking about, you know, microbiology or something, they can just type in the word micro or biology, and it'll find all the instances of that down in this long Zoom transcript. Another option is you can go to your Zoom website again, and you can go to your recordings, click in the meeting that was created with all the files, and you can download the audio transcript. This will give you the opportunity to edit with any text editor, Notepad, Word, Mac, I think, has something called Notes. And your transcript will look something like this, because it's a VTT file, which is just a time transcript. It'll have numbers and timing. If this is useful for your students, great. But if you prefer to edit it, you can make it look like whatever you want. And it's a lot easier than having to type the transcript yourself. You can also just copy it into a Word document or a Google document and save it. Google Docs are great because you can share them very easily and just, again, link to the transcript from a Google Doc. If you have any questions about this topic, please email us at at@antioch.edu.